Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the a.lange Sohne Lange 1 Moonphase. You can see this rose gold Lange 1 Moonphase on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. You can also click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time to see our full listing for this watch, with additional accessories included, high-resolution images, and naturally, complete pricing information. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. The traditional 38.5 millimeter Lange 1 case is a perfect fit. Now, it's a gorgeous watch in every respect. The proportions are superb. You have that 38.5 millimeter round case, and it is a very traditional round case in every respect. But it's also lovely and slim on the wrist. Only 10 millimeters high. It also features a beautifully domed bezel, so you can easily slide this one under a tight dress cuff or sleeve. And moreover, the lug-to-lug span is quite reasonable. Now, this one's 47 millimeters, so you can see, regardless of the size of your wrist, even if it's as small as 14 centimeters in circumference, you're really going to be able to wear this watch with a great deal of security, and it has tremendous character. You can see that the case itself features gorgeous, bright polished rose gold on every facet. You'll also notice the delicate chamfer of the lugs themselves. You can see that little bevel tapering off at the periphery of the lugs. It's beautifully detailed and thoughtfully designed. Now, the dial is an outright classic. The oversized date, a signature of the manufacturer since its inception, at least the inception of its production in 1994. It actually restarted immediately after the fall of the wall. But 4 years later, the watches were ready, and this watch, minus the Moonphase, essentially became the face of the brand. Now, with the addition of the Moonphase in the second sub-register, Lange adds another layer of refinement to the watch. You can see the gorgeous applied indices and Roman numerals. You can see the gorgeous high-polished rose gold aperture for the double date. But beneath the constant seconds hand, baton style, is actually a solid gold Moonphase disc. Now, oftentimes this component is produced from brass on watches of perhaps lesser pedigree, or those that simply won't admit it from marks of similar stature. But this is full gold. It's full gold, and the deposit of blue on the Moonphase disc itself is then etched away with laser effects. So essentially, it's crafted from gold, polished to a shine, covered in a blue deposit, and then definition is given to the moon and the stars. This is an upscale, deluxe treatment of a Moonphase, but it's apropos because Lange's Moonphase is accurate to 122.6 years. That's conventionally the standard for perpetual calendars. Here, the simple fact of a Moonphase is enough to warrant the ultimate Moonphase, the 135-tooth version, and Lange executes it perfectly. Everything about this watch is perfectly proportioned, albeit a little bit quirky and distinctive of the brand. You have the note of the Doppelfederhaus twin barrel movement, 72-hour power reserve. You do have a light amount of lumen on the Alpha style hands, so you can read this watch in low or no light. There's the gorgeous up-down power reserve scale, tracing those 3 days of reserve, and of course on the case back, you have what many would consider to be the real centerpiece of any Lange watch. Now, this particular movement is known as the L9015. It's manual winding with 54 jewels, 398 pieces, and entirely hand-finished and hand-assembled. It's a work of art in its own right. Now, you can see that the bridges, three-quarter style in the fashion of an old Lange pocket watch from an earlier era, completely wrought from what's known as German silver or nickel copper. That's why this beautiful three-quarter style bridge has a golden hue to it. It naturally matches the case, so it's a perfect complement. But it is the copper in the German silver, the nickel silver, or nickel copper I should say, that actually creates that golden hue. Unplated, it's a distinct contrast to the blinding rhodium-plated brass bridges of Swiss watches. You can also see the hand-engraved balance cock just beneath the black polished swan's neck regulator. It's a beautiful artisanal product, hand-carved. There are only a couple of engravers working for Lange in the movement section, and 5 or 6 of them are active for all the watches produced by the company on a yearly basis, which is about 3,500 to 5,500 depending. And each one has his own individual, his or her own individual style. And with a book from the manufacturer that actually matches matches the style to the artisan, you can actually find the name and the face of the person who carved your individual Lange. Now, the watch has a rate of 21,600 vibrations per hour. It does have a 3-day power reserve. It also has a hacking function, so when you pull the crown, you do stop the seconds and allow for precise synchronization to a known accurate reference time. There is also a quick set corrector for the date window, so you can instantly update the watch should you encounter a month of irregular length, or should it run down in the process, while a case flank pusher corrector adjusts the Moonphase complication. Both sides of this watch are equally handsome. Both sides are equally striking. When you buy a Lange, you're getting no compromise finish, the highest grade of materials, and a thoughtful, traditionally inspired design executed with a modern sensibility. Everything about this example is beautifully made, from the gorgeous rectangular scale alligator leather strap to the thoughtfully designed rose gold Lange blazon pin buckle. Even note that there's a retention bar in there, so that if you do crank this strap tight down on your wrist, the strap itself won't get pinned against the pin buckle and become hard to extricate when you take it off. That's what that little retaining bar does. Like every other part of this watch, it's arguably over-engineered, designed to a fault. Lange would rather give you more, and that is, after all, the ultimate definition of luxury. You can see this Lange 1 Moonphase and purchase it on our website, watchyouwant.com.